Okay. Let us start our discussion by starting with our
Destiny ako.
character analyst. That's you.
Ako wala una.
You may start by reading one question and your answer. No. You must tell us first the characters in this part.
The characters in Romeo and Juliet Act 3 scenes 1 and 2 are
Since 2, 6, 5, 6, and Act 3, Scene 1, you don't know what to answer.
Act 2. It said Act 2 scenes 5 and 6 trees. I'm not yet done eh.
Okay. You may continue.
Are Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, Mercutius, Friar Lawrence, and Peter. Friar Lawrence. I'm sorry. Questions. Who are the antagonists? Antagonist, Tybalt. Yun na. Who are the protagonists? Romeo, Juliet, Mercutius, Friar,
Friar
Lawrence, and Peter. What is the behavior of each character and why does the character act that way? Romeo.
Why you so...
Mercutius and Tybalt had a fight. Unfortunately, Mercutius was killed by Tybalt, so Romeo had a revenge. He also killed Tybalt, the reason why Romeo was punished by the prince. Tybalt. He acted wild between the fight of him and Mercutius. He killed Mercutius and Romeo fought him back. Juliet. After the wedding, she knew that Romeo had been punished by the prince and she was worried in what will happen to Romeo. Mercutius. He was killed by Tybalt. At first, everybody thought that Mercutius was okay, but suddenly, he lied down and Romeo knew that he was dead. That's all.
Okay, next is our travel tracer. Travel tracer, please.
Let's start again.
What a beautiful drawing you have. Please read one question and your answer. You do not
Where is
touch.
your
One only, the last one.
What events happened in this location?
No?
Friar Lawrence and Romeo wait for Juliet in Friar Lawrence's cell. Friar Lawrence hopes that this wedding is a good idea and that it will not end with sorrow. Romeo is convinced that nothing could end in sorrow because Juliet fills him with so much joy. Juliet enters the cell where she and Romeo exchange their vows of love. Friar Lawrence sees that the two do indeed love one another and he performs the wedding ceremony.
Okay, thanks for the very good answer and question. Please behave properly. The next is the illustrator.
Oh my gosh.
Our
Our
illustrator, please read a question and then tell us your answer. You two shut up. I will tie your hands together.
What do we see or what is in this picture? You will see in the illustration is the battle between Mercutius and Tybalt. Or it is the scene after the wedding of Romeo and Juliet. Oh really? Yeah.
Don't be so noisy.
What do you think this picture means? Picture. It means the battle between Mercutius and Tybalt. They have a fight. Why did you choose this scene to illustrate? I choose this scene because it is so interesting, full of action, and the battle was so amazing. Tybalt was the winner in that battle, and Mercutius was the loser, and he was also died. That's all. Thank you.
Our
niya ko na
My question is
Next is... Next is... Our conflict analysis. Please, conflict analysis. Speak louder.
All of the question?
No, only one. Here.
Yeah, video that.
What is the problem met by Romeo in Act 3, Scene 1? In this scene, Romeo faced some problem because he will be sent away from Verona because of what happened. The prince ordered that he will be killed if he will not leave the city immediately.
Oy. You're next.
Romeo also had a problem with what happened because he will be sent away from Juliet, and he felt sad about that.
Thank you for the very good answer. Keep it up.
Oh my god. I'm next.
Yeah, you're next. You better be ready.
Wait, I'm ready.
You sit down.
Wait.
Oh. Read all the words and their meanings and where you got them from.
Wait.
I'm not
ready.
Oh.
I have 5 unusual words from Act 2, Scene 5 to 6. Gossamers, meaning cobwebs. Conceit.
No, you after the word and the meaning, you must tell us
From
what part.
Okay. Gossamers, meaning cobwebs, from Act 2, Scene 6. Conceit, meaning understanding, Act 2, Scene 6. Jaunt, meaning tiring journey, Act 2, Scene 5. Bandying, meaning fighting, Act 3, Scene 1. Sped, meaning done for or destroyed, Act 3, Scene 1. That's all, thank you.
What a very lazy work.
That's the best.
No, that's the best that you can
I have many.
do. Next is the illuminator. Who's the illuminator? May illuminator. No, the question with the first question. You
Hold our mic.
Literature circle notes illuminator. Number 1 question. What does this passage mean? Act 2, Scene 5. Paragraph 54 and 55. Pages 129. This passage means that the nurse like Romeo for Juliet because he got all the attitude of a gentleman and suitable for Juliet. That's all. Thank you.
next is our connector. Who is the connector? Who's the connector? Oh, I'm sorry. Our connector is not here. Who is such a lazy person? Her name is Toot. Yeah. I'm sorry because it's confidential, but I tell you, her name is Toot. Let's just move on. Fact finder.
All of it.
All of it?
No, just one. The one with the
Baloney, I need.
Okay.
only one question.
Number 2.
Literature circle fact finder. Question number 2. At Shakespeare's time, what is the age or allowed age for them to get married?
At Shakespeare's time, the teenage girls should get married as early as 13, and they believe that they should get married early because their life will end soon. So they should have their own child to continue their life with.
Okay, let us now move to the last. No, actually it's second to the last. The summarizer. She will read one question and then one answer. Then she will tell us the summary of the part Act 2 Scenes 5, 6 and Act 3 Scene 1.
Literature Circle Notes Summarizer. The question, what makes these scenes so important? The answer, the wedding ceremony is an important event because this is the event when Romeo and Juliet exchange their vows of love to one another. This is also a sign or act that they truly love each other. The second scene is the fighting scene. It is important because for me it is the start of the problems to Romeo and Juliet's love for each other. This is because the prince exiled Romeo from Verona that will result to Romeo not going to see his wife Juliet for a long time. Then the summary. For Act 2 Scenes 5 and 6, then Act 3 Scene 1. After Juliet sent her nurse to Romeo to give her letter, the nurse went back with good news. The good news is that Romeo will wait Juliet at Friar Lawrence's cell for their marriage. Juliet went to Friar Lawrence's cell. Friar Lawrence performs the wedding ceremony. Mercutio and Benvolio encounters Tybalt, Petruchio, and other Capulets. Tybalt asks for Romeo but he's not there. He somehow teased Mercutio that he was just hanging out with Romeo. Romeo enters. Tybalt challenges him in a fight, but instead, Mercutio goes challenging Tybalt on a fight. Tybalt accepts and they fight. Romeo tries to break up the fight, but Tybalt reaches under Romeo's arm and stabs Mercutio. Mercutio dies. Romeo and Tybalt fight. Tybalt falls and dies. The prince enters with Montague, Capulet, Lady Montague, Lady Capulet, and others. Benvolio starts to narrate what happened. The Montagues and Capulets exchanged sides. The prince came up with the decision to exile Romeo from Verona because of what happened. And that's all. Thanks.
Now let us hear about my work. I will read all the questions and all the answers to each question. The first question, I am the discussion director, by the way. The first question is, what were you thinking about as you read? I thought about how deep Romeo and Juliet love for each other and how their love story will go on.
That's my...
Shut up. My second question that I will answer. What one question would you ask the writer if you got the chance? If you got the chance, why? That's my sister. Eldest sister. I would ask the writer, Shakespeare, why the hell did he write such a love story and what was his inspiration? The last question, what was the most important change in this section? How and why did it happen? The Prince of Verona exiled Romeo from Verona because he killed Tybalt, the prince's cousin. I will repeat my answer. The Prince of Verona.